It's not looking good, Bev.
Hi, hello YouTube. I don't even have to say where I am. I think you guys already know. But I was also hungry again, so I had to get something to eat before going home. I'm almost done that creative project, so I might talk about that, and depending on if it's good or not, I don't know. I don't really do well when I'm writing. I think that if the idea just like comes to me randomly, then I can just like write it down really quick. But if I have to like formulate a story and like do these drafts and whatever the teacher wants, then it's gonna come down to literally me handing in like something that's barely finished with like the last 2 minutes. But anyway, I like how this channel is just like slowly becoming a mukbang. Whoa. Whoa. This one is kind of crazy. I don't know if you guys can see that, but crab in a chip? What? Damn, they're actually pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to head home. I will talk to you guys later.
Ball game.
I swear I'm just gonna start every video like this now. Okay, first things first, I think my phone is actually broke because my teacher sent an email out at 7 a.m. So obviously I didn't check it. And I just assumed that I would get a notification for the email or whatever. And I didn't. So I ended up just coming to school literally for nothing. And it wasn't like too bad because it was like an online thing, so he was still like kind of teaching, but like not really. And I got to just see everyone else's work and what they're doing, because now we're going on to a new project where we have to make a campsite and we have to make it the same for the characters that we did. Well, the characters that they're doing, because I did it last semester. My character is already made and now I just have to basically make the setting for them. So that's the project, and I was kind of just listening in on the tips he had or whatever, but like not really. I'm pretty sure he ended the class late as well. I kind of just walked out. I had enough. I'm going to try to cut to process for that because I think that will be kind of fun, but I will talk to you guys later.
All right, voiceover time. This project was actually kind of fun. At least this part was just figuring out how to draw stuff, and this was my first time working with organic stuff, I guess you could call it. So not like just circles and squares. So it was a little bit challenging to figure out at the start, but my teacher was saying that you can kind of just figure it out if you have the outline. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen those scales. It's kind of like a bird's eye view of terrain that shows like the different levels and stuff. I kind of tried to do that just so I could figure it out for myself and kind of give the objects more depth. And I think that I have to work on just rendering stuff. So rendering is kind of just how detailed stuff is the further it is away from you. So obviously the closer it is, the more detail you see, but the further away, the more kind of blurry and just like shapes you see. So I did really kind of want to work on that as well, because I haven't really done outdoor stuff. It's mostly just been like basic rooms. So getting to do like a huge outdoor campsite was pretty fun. And I think that it actually helped me a lot, just figuring out how to set up a scene and have everything kind of just click together. And I still don't know which one I want to pick for the actual assignment, because I do kind of like both of the ones I did, but it really depends. If you guys see that lake part in the middle, I don't know how to feel about it really, because it does add a lot more depth and I get to use the other trees, but I don't know, I might be kind of lazy and just want to do the other one just to get it out of the way. But I think that either one I choose will probably be all right. And I did want to add more detail, but this is also just for reference, so this probably isn't even going to be what the final one looks like. I'll probably end up showing you guys that one as well, but I do have a decent amount of time to finish this. So this was just the early process stuff. We're also supposed to add in a certain element that moves, so like adding water that like flows a certain direction, or maybe adding clouds. I don't really know, but you're supposed to add something that has like special effects. So I was thinking that maybe maybe I would do something with the sky. I forgot what it's called, like the Aurora Borealis or whatever, the lights that like move in the Antarctic, because that's also kind of part of my theme. If you didn't notice, this is kind of like an Arctic campsite because I kind of wanted it to go along with my character, and I made my character so long ago that this isn't really even what I wanted to do. It just had to match with the character, so I didn't really have a choice anyway. I still think that the theme was pretty fun, and I don't think I've ever really done any winter themed stuff, if that makes sense, or anything that has to do with like an Arctic setting. So this was just like brand new for me. Like everything to do with this project is kind of new. So it is kind of a good feeling to just try something new and just use whatever knowledge you already have to just build on it. And hopefully this comes out looking all right. I still have a lot of stuff to figure out and a bunch of little details, so I might show you guys that another time. I would always think that tracing your objects or shapes was like illegal, especially with this teacher. I would think that if he's caught you tracing objects or something, he'd just banish you or something. So I was kind of hesitant to just do that to get my silhouettes and shapes down, but then I literally saw him doing it in class. I'm like, okay, it must be all right if I just take some inspiration from other photos. And plus, for this assignment and all the other ones, you have to hand in like basically a proposal, which is like kind of what, but you have to like describe your setting and then have a bunch of reference photos of what you're going to draw. So these photos that I used are also from those references, but it's really annoying to have to write that for every single one because it's like 200 plus words for each assignment. It's like, bro, just let me draw the shit. It can't be that complicated. I can get the reference stuff, but I don't want to have to describe an entire setting to you, because for me, it's kind of hard to just make something in my mind and also write it down in the moment. And actually, I don't even know if I got full marks for that. Anyway, having to do those before every assignment, I guess it's a good way to prep so you know what you're gonna draw. But I think that I just get into the actual concept drawing instead of planning it out first. But maybe that's just so I finish the assignment. For some of these, I don't even write them myself. I just ask ChatGPT, and then my scenes off of that, which actually isn't even that bad. If you just want to draw something on your own, not for school or anything, but just to kind of get an idea, then it's actually not bad to just talk to chat and see what he thinks, because it'll just generate like this random setting, and depending on how you read it, you can just make your own room off of that. It's actually kind of fun. If I had more time, I'd actually try that. Also, if you guys hear anything in the background, it's Armageddon 2008, so don't worry about that. I'm like slowly, very slowly becoming like a hardcore wrestling fan. One of my recent videos where I went to a TNA wrestling event with my friend, which was pretty fun, so go check that out. But this is what they looked like once I was done.
I hate it so much!
I really want to record out here, but it's literally so windy. I don't know what you guys will be able to hear, so I'll try to come back tomorrow.
It's June!
I actually did come back here the next day. I'm gonna count this as studying for my assignment because I'm drawing these trees, but this is just gonna be the end of the video. If you don't already know how this goes, I usually just ask myself a few questions, so feel free to ask yourself these questions too. And my first one is, have you ever wanted revenge? And for me, to say that I didn't would just be a lie. I'd just be lying to you guys, because in the moment when something really annoying happens to me, or if someone just treats me really poorly, then I kind of do want revenge, just to get back at them and kind of just get even. But that really doesn't get you anywhere. I always kind of just think about it like, if you got bit by a snake, would you try and go bite the snake back? Like, I don't think that many people would do that, because I know me personally, I'm getting the hell out of there. I'm going to the doctor. I don't think there's really a point in trying to get back at other people, and I definitely don't think that you should be putting it out on other people. That's like if you get bit by a snake and then you go bite someone else. It just doesn't make sense. I can't really think of the last time that I like personally wanted revenge on someone, but I think just the concept of revenge is just like, I don't know, it's scary because people can definitely just take it to extremes. Like if you guys ever watched episode 3 of Star Wars, I'm pretty sure Anakin kills his wife because he wanted revenge on Obi-Wan. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Anyway, usually the person that wants revenge doesn't actually gain anything out of it. So I think it's maybe best to just avoid it and just walk away. I think that walking away from it will also give you just time to think about how to just Either cut those people out of your life that are making you feel like you need to get revenge on them, or to really just find a way to have that not affect your life, if that makes sense. Again, if I got bit by a snake, I'm not hanging around with that anymore. My next question, to get my hair out of my face, is what is something that you lost growing up? I think that it's a pretty fitting question to ask right now, because this trail, I've been going on it for like years now. And when I was younger, me and my friend would always come here to bike to get to another lake that was like probably 20 minutes away. So we'd be biking for like 20 minutes almost every day in the summer. So something that I think that I lost was probably just my sense of adventure, because I haven't really gone anywhere. I don't really take trips for too long. I don't go like out of the country for school or anything. I've just been here my whole life. So pretty much explored all the areas that I can. Yeah, I think that it's important just to know what you've lost growing up, because it's not really a bad thing. Sometimes you just grow out of certain activities, but I think that it's important to remember what you lost so you can always come back to it. I think that I also don't ask myself as many questions as I used to when I was a little kid. At least that's what my mom tells me, because apparently I'd be walking up to strangers to just ask them random shit. But I think I kind of came back to it just with this channel and this part of the video. So just remembering what you lost isn't a bad thing. I think that it's actually pretty good. Last question for this video is, if your sorry, the bug on the screen. If your house disappeared, like it just disappeared out of nowhere, where would you move if you had the choice to go anywhere in the world? This one for me is kind of weird, because I was just talking about how I don't really go anywhere. So I don't really know where I would go. And I think I'd be all right with anywhere. Maybe just like move out here and live like a hobbit or some shit. But I think anywhere would be all right for me. I wish I could say somewhere cool like Japan, but I can't speak Japanese. So I think that visiting it would be really fun, but I don't know about living there forever. And comment below, because I'm actually kind of curious what you guys will say. That's pretty much all I have for the video. Thank you so much if you made it this far. Remember to stay hydrated.